Hi, and welcome back to the channel 60 Second Tarot based on my book, 60 Second Tarot. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Chaldean numerology and how we can also utilize that to connect with tarot cards. I have an interesting theory that there might have been 52 original major arcana. Better term for those is the Triumph or the Triumph cards. Major arcana was a term that was made up later. Because they match up with the 52 numbers of Chaldean numerology. Now, if you have seen my other videos where I talked about the number meanings, those are kind of in line with this, but also more in line with the Pythagorean numerology, and certainly meanings that you can assign to those numbers. But I think it's really interesting to look at the Chaldean numbers because the old relic decks were unfinished. They had like 41 trumps, or and some of those trump or triumph cards were based on the Christian principles like charity, kindness, this type of thing. But all of those old decks were incomplete. So they have no idea how many trumps there originally were until they took on the Marseille style of having 22, but that was much later. So I'm just going to pull up here a copy of or a PDF of my book so I can show you what I'm talking about here. So if we just start with some of these compound numbers, like the number 10, the 10 is symbolized as the Wheel of Fortune. If you look at the 10th card in the deck, it is literally the Wheel of Fortune. So here I have a description of the number 10, and then I kind of tie in the tarot card with it. If we go with 11, the 11 is symbolized by a lion's mouth being covered or closing the mouth of a lion with bare hands. Also, a clenched hand or fist as if in frustration or holding back. So here we have in the tarot deck, now this is a rendering of the strength card, which by the way was originally the 11th card. In the Rider-Waite deck, it's going to be the 8th because the creators of that deck switched those two positions. And it's also why the group they were involved with embraced the 22 trumps because it fit with their beliefs and what they wanted it to line up with. So they were kind of manipulating the tarot to fit something, but it naturally fits the Chaldean numerology with this strength card where she's literally in the card closing the mouth of the lion. And this is a number of getting in trouble for what you say, which could bring frustration, clenched hands, or speaking in kindness and love. And I'll just do a couple more here. The 12 is symbolized by sacrifice and can literally mean a sacrifice or a victim in every sense. And this is the Hangman card. 13, Death card. So some more of the obvious ones. The 16 is called the Shattered Citadel. And literally the Tower card in tarot is the 16th card. We have the Star of the Magi is number 17, and the tarot card is Star of the Magi. So either these numbers were, I don't believe they were inspired by tarot because the Chaldean numerology goes way back. The Chaldeans are actually not the Babylonians, but everybody kind of lumped them together. The Babylonians used the knowledge for their own purposes, which aren't all that wonderful. But anyway, 18 symbolizes a moon emanating reflected light of the sun with drops of blood falling into the open mouths of a wolf and dog, which is exactly what you'll see on the Rider-Waite deck. 19 is called the Prince of Heaven and the Sun, and it's literally the Sun card, and so on. Now, that's just my theory, but what you can do with these is you can use some of these meanings for the tarot card itself. So just a little added tip there. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you soon.